Hello, Matthew. Here is the Hermit. Now, the Hermit we know is a very alone soul, and sometimes people are very alone. It doesn't mean that they're so spiritual, it just means that sometimes they've chosen an isolated life. But if you'll notice that he's holding this lantern, so he's looking for a higher truth. Sometimes people will just retreat into themselves because they think that they need time. Because we can't always be on, and we can't always be on everybody's schedule. Sometimes we just need to retreat and go inside and listen to our own truth. Because everybody wants to tell you something. Everybody's got their shtick, and everybody thinks that they know the truth. But in truth, the only one who knows the truth for you, not necessarily for anybody else, is you. And that's when you start to rely on your intuition. Now, somebody who has a high degree of intuition, such as your Auntie Lane, and yourself, because I believe you do, we sometimes can see things more closely than other people can see. But when you see, you must always see through a veil of kindness. Because if you see through a veil of anger, or something because you just don't like the person, then you're not seeing the truth about them. You only see the truth when you look at them through eyes of love or compassion. And then you will see them much more clearly. Otherwise, you'll just see them through your own shtick. So that's very careful when you're doing the Hermit and you're trying to look inside yourself, that you must remember to always look up inside yourself and not look outside yourself for advice. Occasionally you must ask your mother and your father and your grandmother and your grandfather for advice, because they're very wise people. But sometimes it's necessary for you to follow your own heart. So that's what the Hermit does. He finally goes out and he says, and it's really the 9th card before the 10th card, he's saying, as the Fool has met up with him, and the Fool is saying, maybe what I've learned in the last 9 cards is really not the truth about who these people are. And I have to go deeper inside myself. So even though they've told me about their life, I now have to find my life.